What's up, internet? My name's Ori. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. You like this video, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. Today is Thursday, August 24th, day number 23 inside the Big Brother house. And before we get into what happened on the live feeds yesterday, let's talk about the episode that aired last night. It was the veto episode. We saw the competition, the ceremony, and all the stuff that kind of led up to it. But I'll be honest, what's been happening with the episodes recently is we're getting maybe 5% of what's actually happening on the feeds. Now, we don't always get what happens on the feeds. That has been a thing since Big Brother was a show, right? Everything that happens on the feeds does not make it to the episode, but it feels like more and more of what's really going on isn't being shown in full on the episodes. Maybe 5% of all the flips and flops and the intricacies of everything that's going on is being shared. But you know what? That's why we watch the feeds, because we love to see the full picture of everything. But they're putting in so much filler into these episodes that we really don't need. Things that have happened long ago that you could have waited, but you felt like you needed to put in, like Cory putting on Blue's outfit. That was last week. We didn't need that on this episode. There's plenty of things going on in there that you don't need to talk about that. A couple of things I did like, though, was the Cirie, Jared, Blue situation, with Jared and Blue having their little showmance, and all the edits of Cirie just really disliking the relationship, and then kind of the psycho music, the music as she's staring daggers into them. I thought that was a lot of fun when they were in the storage room and Hisam walked in and was like, "Oh, you two. I saw you two." And then he leaves and she was like, "Ha, see, that's what they're saying about you." I thought that was a lot of fun, her just kind of being that protective mom. And that was a good part of the episode. But again, filler that I don't know if we necessarily needed that much of when there's a lot else going on inside the house. The veto competition itself, it was very over the top as far as the comedy goes, even literally making them cluck like a chicken to get the egg to come out. But overall, it was a good comp, very hard. Poor Felicia, Cory and his butt just coming right on out, just giving a full show. Everybody's sitting on the bench. And then, of course, Jag crushing the competition. If you guys aren't fully aware, like, Jag's ripped. Like, he's not, full on, like, yoked, like, super big, muscular, but he is very toned. Like, he's got a six-pack. Like, he had the chicken suit off the other day. It was like, oh, wow, he's ripped. So he did really well in the competition, and was able to pull off the victory, win the veto, and able to pull himself off the block this week. And then that's where things kind of go into the Hisam backdoor, and everything that went into that. The whole why get rid of a knight when you can get rid of a king, and all that speech that he came up with beforehand, that used against them in the actual ceremony. So we saw all that kind of play down, and it was an awkward ceremony, just real quiet afterwards. No fireworks or anything like that, just very awkward. And that's how the feeds were when they came back afterwards as well, was just quiet, somber, and like, man, this was heavy. So that takes us into tonight's episode, where we will see either Cam or Hisam be evicted, and it seems like, well, judging from the episode, Hisam should be going, and from the feeds as well. When we ended last night, Hisam was giving his, not last night, but yesterday, Hisam was giving his pitches, right, to everybody, and he kind of was going around making his apology tour slash guilt trip tour slash pitch tour. Depending on who he was talking to, how it would change slightly, but overall, he was given the same pitch of, hey, the people who saved me, I'm going to be loyal to them, period. It doesn't matter what happened beforehand. We were in an alliance. If you weren't in that alliance, you guys need to stick together. If the professor saved him, he'll still be loyal to the professors. And not much really had changed. But that takes us into today, where, oh boy, I don't know if my heart can take 77 more days of this. I really don't, because we had another Flippadelphia.
Flippadelphia. Flippadelphia. Flippadelphia.
Yes, that's right. It happened about midway through the day. Hisam was given his pitches, right? Not much really changed. He gave one to Cirie that just really seemed to connect with her and seemed much more genuine. She was really kind of feeling it. She met up with Izzy, and they both were like, no, it can't happen. Then they meet up in the HOH room again. They go, but if we did, how would it work? And they start going through the process of it. Then they bring Felicia in, and they're like, you know what? Maybe we can do it. And then what we'll do, we could have a 6 of, Izzy, Cirie, Jared, Felicia, Cory, and Mimi. That's the 6 that really talk anyway. We can all vote to save Hisam. Maybe we can bring America in. We don't really trust America, but we can bring her in. And then that will be the new 6. And then we keep Hisam, get rid of Cameron, because he's already saying that him and Red are going to be coming after us next week. We have the new Legend 25 alliance. If you guys didn't see yesterday's recap, big alliance update that we had yesterday with the fake Legend 25 in there, but 7 Deadly Sins getting formulated and all that kind of stuff as well. But we had that happen. But Cameron and Red, they're still coming after us, so maybe we keep Hisam. And they get on board with it. And then they decide, well, yeah, let's get him in here and talk to him. So they tell him, hey, we're entertaining the idea. And when Hisam hears this, he's in there, he's like, yeah, I've just been taking your guys' advice. I've been having conversations. You want to keep me? Like, his eyes got so big when he heard that they were entertaining the idea. He runs over and hugs Felicia. It was a whole thing. They then were like, okay, he leaves. They said the big thing about when he was talking to us in here, he only said right about one time. If you guys been watching on the feeds, I didn't really cover it too much, but yeah, when Hisam gives his pitch, one of the things he goes and says all the time is right. Now listen, we can do this flip and we got to stick together, right? And when we do this, we got to make sure that the other side, because they have the numbers and they're already an 8, right? So if we come together and we're a 6, that will go against them, right? And he just always is saying right after every sentence. And Izzy was noticing that he didn't say it then, and she felt so much more genuine about it. And they were really dead set on this. And they were like, okay, we got to go talk to Cory. We got to talk to Jared. Then they'll talk to Mimi and see if they're really going to do this for real. Cory was very against it. Mimi wasn't as against it. She wasn't as against it as I thought she was going to be. She kind of was like, oh, okay, I can kind of go along with this. It's at this point, I think she's gotten to just accept that she's not going to be able to keep things straight in there. She's just gotta go with the flow because these people are crazy, and she's the only sane one in there. So Mimi was actually more on board than I thought she would be, but Cory was very against it. He's like, this is stupid. He's like, Izzy left after having the convo. He's like, I'm trying to help her, but she doesn't see it. This is a terrible plan. What does a new 6 with Mimi do for me? He was very much against it. And it seemed like, you know what, even though he was against it, since they were so dead set on it, it was going to happen. But somehow he is able to convince them, like, listen, we can still do the 6, right? Like, I love the 6 that you're talking about. Like, this is great. Why do we gotta keep Hisam? We already got all this stuff set up where, Jag and Blue and Matt, they're going after Cam and Red, and Cam and Red, they're going after Jag, Blue, and Matt. And we're just kind of all sitting back. We're in alliances with everybody. So as long as we don't win, we're kind of good. And he's like, why are we doing this? And they all kind of end up agreeing. They're like, yeah, you know what? You're right, Cory. So Cory gets his way. He's able to talk them off the ledge. The one other thing, though, is America. There's questions about her from that side. They don't really trust her. And Cory trusts her. He'll downplay how much he trusts to them, He'll even like say like, oh yeah, she's playing both sides, and you can't really trust her. She's this or that. But also he'll mitigate her threat as well. Like if she comes up as a possible target, he goes, you know what? Yeah, she's this, but I think we're good with her. Like we don't have to worry about her more than anybody else. Like she might be someone playing both sides, but we know she's playing both sides. So he does a really good job with that. There are thoughts of bringing her in more, but they weren't 100% sure. Eventually, they do kind of say, listen, you can come on over, but if you're going to be messing around, like, you're the first one out. Like, you're the first one out. It's interesting to kind of see how that kind of develops, because that's kind of then a 7 if you then include America in that 6. So that's another little group that's kind of forming there as well. So we'll see how that all really kind of develops going into next week. Because again, we do have an eviction tonight. Hisam now will be evicted again. The flip flopped and went back to the original plan. Probably unanimous. Someone will probably tip him off, though. Maybe that will cause a little bit more fireworks, because let's say they say, hey, Hisam, we're voting you out, and he finds out, he might go to Jag and be like, guess what? They were just getting ready to vote keep me. Maybe you should flip it. So maybe some stuff can happen last minute, because this house is wild and they can't make up their minds. Telling him they were entertaining the idea was possibly the worst thing they could have done, other than putting him up in the first place. Because again, while I understand a lot of the move, like I don't necessarily think this was the play for someone like Felicia. For Cirie, this is a great play to get rid of Hisam, because yes, he was coming after Cory and Jared. For Felicia, he wasn't coming after you. This was not a good play for her, but they convinced her that it was a good play. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. And then, of course, the big thing, we will have pressure cooker returning. It's long awaited, long overdue, much asked for, and I can't wait to see how this goes down. Couple of things to look out for. Jag and that side of the house all said that they're very much going to gun for it, so they can go after Red and Cameron. I assume Red and Cameron are also going to gun for it very hard as well. America seems like she might do very well too. She was talking about just the other day doing that push the button app where you had to hold your finger on your phone, and the longest one would end up winning stuff, and she did it for like 46 hours at one point. So yeah, I could see her doing very well in this, and I'm excited. I'm just so excited to see it come back. Let me know what you guys think of everything going on. What did you think of the almost flip-flop that happened yesterday? Do you wish it actually did flip and stick? Or are you glad that it flopped? Let me know in the comments down below. Who do you think will be evicted tonight? Will it be Hisam, or will there be some last-minute heroics and then Cam gets the boot? And then also, who do you want to win HOH in the pressure cooker? Let me know all of that in the comments down below. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button. You like this video, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. Links to all of my socials are a pinned comment and a description down below. Things like my Twitch, Twitter, Discord, Kick. You can follow everything there. Ignore what you want. Follow what you want. I am going to get the streams started going again, hopefully this week. Probably maybe on Saturday I'll do a decent length stream, and we'll kind of hang out over on Kick and Twitch. Maybe even just on Kick, and we'll check in on the feeds and stuff like that. And then next week, I'm going to get fully into gear on streaming once again. But thank you guys again so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you so much, and I will see you next time.